Hello everybody, welcome back to part 2. Teach yourself sailing, clean the boat and get it ready for winter mooring. First you come home and you find that the neighbour just cut the door down the road, got a lovely little engine, more or less brand new, 200 quid. Perfect little engine. Since I bought that one I've gone out and bought another one for 200 quid. A little bit older but in perfect condition. Okay, now the boat, sails are on. Took a while to put the sails on. Sorry I didn't film putting it on, but it's a little bit hard to do, putting sails on and filming. But they fitted perfect, all the wires, all new wires there, you can see all the new ropes and everything. All come with the boat. The boat's had a partial clean before we moved it to this mooring. But now, this is where there's going to be the dry mooring. We've already laid out the ropes and the buoys, sorry I got the hiccups, and it's all ready for to bring the boat up as soon as we get a high tide, but we need a very high tide there. Well, anyway, you get the thing clean inside, quick wash out with as I said, it was damp and rain was getting through the door, something rotten, the water everywhere in it when I bought it, and the toilet, as you can see, was the toilet well was full up with water, everything. Everything needed a good clean with cream cleaner, and parts of it, the rough gel coat, with the parts without gel coat, I give a thin coat of quick fiberglass paint. All the doors I'll eventually have off, all the cabin, all the woodworks I renewed. It's all been done since I took this video. All inside the wells there is what I call wet storage. But it's all been cleaned. It's not been painted, it's just been wiped over with a brush and scrubbed in. Basically a thin coat to make the dirt, makes the dirt clean. What a coat of paint to do, it makes you laugh, doesn't it? But since I made this mooring, I've gone back down, I put all new cupboards on, as you'll see. Sorry, that might be it with the new cupboards on, sorry. It's hard to remember what video I made. But done a hell of it. Well, she's all ready for sailing now, basically. I put 2 new outboard brackets on the back of her, both set at the right height, and she's ready for sailing. Inside's immaculate now, just new seat covers, as I say, and she's ready to go. Yeah, it looks good. Sorry, mats on. It's meant to be masts on. That's the masts are on. I'll have to go back and correct that in a minute and put the S in there if I remember. If I don't, sorry folks. I was heading off back down to the boat tonight, but the paint come for the anti-foul. But yeah, that night as the sun goes down, I had a night on my own on the beach with the dogs. So I got my little barbecue out. Only lit one side of it, so that's like what's called a suitcase barbecue. Sat there waiting for the sun to go down, trying to crack a beer out, and cook for myself 4 quarter pounders. Oh, it was a lovely feast. Dogs got their water and I got me beer. There's the quarter pounders cooking. God, it's making me tired watching the sun go down. As I say, I got the anti-foul come today. 24 hours to come, fair play to one. I'm off back down tomorrow to make 2 more mooring, another mooring now, plant 2 more tyres in front of the dry mooring. So as soon as the anti-foul's done, the boat could go back in the water and catch more or less every tide. Yeah, next day back to work. Took all the old woodwork out. Sorry, I might have some of this video mixed up. Some of the video might be where I've already renewed the cupboards, I'm not sure, but I took the cupboards out, all I took off the cupboards, I stripped them down, I kept the locking unit and put it all back on new plywood. As you can see, the boat inside now, most of it is still the original gel coat in there on the cupboards and everything, but it's all tidy. All I'm left with to do now is I've already made the slide unit that goes in underneath the steps for me little stove to go on. Yeah, the new set with the boat come. The main sail is brand new, and the 2 small sails. I got a small one and a large one. That's the large one. on the front, and there is a small one there, and there is a big mainsail. But when I went to put the big mainsail on, the little slugs that go up the mast there were too big, and I had to take them all home, and they've since been made to fit now. As I say then, another day or half a day, back up at the other mooring. This is the dry mooring. The boat will come on here. It'll only come on here, mine, on the highest of tides. So it'll only float up onto here about 4 or 5 times a year. Our kids will float a lot more off of here because it'll take a lot less water to float than mine. But the boat's only up here to have, you know, major jobs done to her. And as I say, at the moment, I'm waiting to go back down, move her from there and put her onto a new mooring in the river, safety. But somewhere over to get on it in the winter and go out and do a bit of cod fishing. Won't use the sails, well, I might use them, but probably go out in just the 2 motors in the winter. Yeah, now we have the high tides. Got a day to wait before the high tides, but right enough to take the boat up to the mooring. My brother's is going to go up on the Saturday, on the Sunday, mine's going up on the Monday. So we decided, even though his boat, it's all ready for using, just needs a lot of work. Taking the old paint off and putting all new paint on, which we will get round to doing. Well, we've done it since this video was taken. We've done a hell of a lot of work, and most of the old paint is off, and she's back down to gel coat. But our little one's sorted the rudder out, made a different rudder, and a few other jobs. We're sat in the boat now, waiting for the tide to lift us off, and now we're going to go out and find out if it's hard to sail this type of boat. There's only a slight breeze, as you can see from the mast, the sails, there's hardly any wind. And we just sat there waiting now for the tide to float us off. Getting all the last minute adjustments. 2 engines, so we're not going to come unstuck in the river. The tender will stay there on the mooring when we go out. As you can see, our kid's boat needs quite a lot of work doing to it, but he enjoys. Well, he's a bit of a perfectionist, so there you see, we're on the way now. We're going into a 5 or 6 knot current, and all there is a 6, possibly 7 knot wind, and we're actually making headway. And the way you can tell we're making headway is by looking at the land, and it tells you can see, a bit like landing a glider, coming in the land with a glider, you can see whether you're going to clear an obstacle or whether you're going to crash into the obstacle. So having to do that with hang gliding, as you can guess, being in an estuary like this with land all the way around us, I can tell you whether we're going forward, backward, left or right. Anyway, 3 hours later, that's another one I got correct. We're heading back to where my boat is still on our moorings, and we've had a successful tacking up backwards and forwards at the river, and now we're running back to the boat. Dogs have had a nice day out sailing. Yeah, my Collie Lyra, she was sent in to check the rudder, see whether it needed greasing, and she looked out for a little action and said, "No, it looks pretty good, there's plenty of grease in your dad, carry on." So we had a good day, nice afternoon, and tomorrow now to be high tides, we can move Richard's boat up. That's my brother Richard. Anyway, by the time we finish that night, it's another quiet night on the beach. I love it down here. There's not millions of people about because it's not touristy sort of place. I love it down here. Somewhere there on the beach we buried a time capsule a few years ago, and we put some different articles in there, and we all wrote little messages in there. We're going to dig it up one day while we're having a barbecue, probably next year now. But there's a few boats down there, as you can see, catamarans, small boats, big boats, they're all more at the estuary. High tide off to the winter mooring. Now this is a trip now, we're actually going up the river, 2 engines on, and we're heading up the river, and we're heading for the mooring, put our kids' boat on the mooring. It's just going on a floating mooring for a couple of nights, and the next day mine is going up. And to cut a story short, I won't bother you with all the, well, we didn't take much video while we was moving, that's the fact. But the next day, my boat was put on. Oh yeah, sorry, that's learning the way. I type. It ain't so much me spelling it, it's me the way I type. But I'll put that correct as well in a minute. As we going into the estuary now, we've got to learn to go by the marker, boys. This is on full tide, big tide. And I think it was a 9.7 this day. The next day was a 10.1, which was what I need for mine. And there you go. As you go up, you need to look at the marker, boy. Now at this point, now somebody's built tea on the boat. And Mouse being boat proud. She turned around and said, "Get that tea off my boat." No, I'm messing about. As you can see, we got a lot of dishes washing the tea off that. It'll stain the boat, she said. No, anyway, dark by the time we got back, and by the time we were putting the tender on the beach, it was dark and time to go back for beers and tea. We had that was a really good day. Anyway, as I said then, I'll cut the story short. The next day mine was took up, and we got there. The next day we've gone down now to check whether the boat's landed, because obviously we only left it the night before the tide was in. But there she is, she landed exactly as I worked out the ropes. I was about 3 inches back too far. So that day all I did, I tensioned the rope with the spare rope on the front. The front were the main ropes for setting the boat where she was, and the back were just tightened up after when we come in onto the mooring. So the front were the ones that were doing it. It worked out perfect really, 3 inches out of place. So I wound the excess rope around the two front ones, because there's no way you could tighten them as she landed, and that put tension on the front ones. I added 2 leads with weights that will float after, come into work after a certain time. And on the next tide, did exactly what I wanted. It moved the boat the 3 inches forward, so the rudder was fully on the bit I made for it to land on. Dipper, you can see what she called Dipper. She tends to dip if she's up mooring and you walk on the front. Yeah, back home now, getting ready for the next trip down. And since I made this, I'm back home again now, getting ready. The car's all loaded up. I'm ready for another trip down in the morning to go and move, to paint the hull, anti-foul it, and move it onto the new mooring. I must remember to take some video. But there's the generator I was checking out before I went down. It worked, it done a treat. It's back home with me now. But I got that from Rolls-Royce many years ago. They said I'd never get it going, but it works a treat. Anyway, there's the video. Hope you enjoyed part 2. And as I say, I'm off tomorrow morning. I've loaded the van and I had a nice bath and everything tonight. I'm off in the morning back down to move the boat to the new mooring, and after I've done the anti-fouling. And by the way, I've mended that pole stirrup since I took that bit of video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy these videos. I'm terrible at making videos and films. My cameras ain't worth much, but at least tonight I got a bit of tissue on the end of my mic, so I hope it ain't as noisy as it was. And I'll leave you all to it. Watch the Jenny and not a bad old generator, must be 50-year-old. And as I say, I have repaired that since I made this video. Well, I don't know how much of this video this generator I put on here, but it seems to be going on forever. Yes, I think I've done a bit of a balls out there on the end of that video, but I'm not going to cut it now. Otherwise it means I've got to cut the whole thing. Well, thanks for watching. Look out for the next lot. I'll be